Plus size model, activist, and artist Jordan Underwood. She's doing great things as an activist and is starting what she calls Fat Beach Days across.
Snacktivist.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay, but we're with her though. Snacktivists need to collaborate though, because we're snacktivists too with Fatboy Summer. So
That's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1488 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, June 24th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor to join us for trivia this Friday night, June 28th. Listener hosted trivia. Going to be very fun. Today, we've got Boeing now destroying people's lives in space on top of on Earth. So,
yep, add that to the list.
yeah, new horizons for them. Another horse lover loves horses a lot. You're going to want to hear about him. Fat Beach Day, Wes, right? Is that
Fat Beach Day. It's official. It's a trend. It's catching on, just like Fatboy Summer. We're gonna have to do a collaboration.
unique Coke bus with Pat and so much more. How you guys doing today?
Coffeeed up, bro.
Real good, William.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. I like to hear it.
Doing good.
I like to hear it. Yeah. Yeah, great vibes, to start the week here. A lot of times we're just limping in after just getting, pounded all weekend from different aspects of life.
Slammed.
It's true. We usually chat for about 5 or 10 minutes before the show, just to get our ducks in a row, right? And usually the Sunday night, the Monday morning show you're listening to now, we're like, oh, buddies. But today we're in good moods. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just starting this week fresh. It's a good omen, guys. We defeated the Strawberry Moon, the longest day of the year. Everything is better from here on out.
Was that the 21st?
20th and 21st, I think.
In the 22nd.
Oh man,
yeah,
I missed
like
that.
Maybe that energized us, but you were around. You
I
got
was
the
alive.
effects.
You
I just
absorbed
didn't know.
it. Yeah.
I like to know.
Yeah.
Like to know.
I was upset because I was at a wedding and everyone was looking at the moon. They're like, "Look at that moon!" And I forgot what it was called. I couldn't display my knowledge.
So the small talk opportunities
Missed.
Did you
I
cover
watched
it though? Did you get coverage of the moon?
No, nope.
Oh, you're gonna
Didn't
get a
take
note
any
about
shots.
that.
You
The
didn't get
strawberry
the
moon?
moon?
Gonna
It
get
wasn't.
a note
It
about
wasn't
that.
big. It wasn't big in the sky. I was doing photography. I don't know
Well,
if
then
my
what-
videographer did it, but
said, oh, look at the moon, a small moon.
yeah, it
Strawberry moon.
wasn't like big.
Oh,
in the
look
sky.
at that small nothing of a moon.
It's
Everyone
so
look.
full. It was just. It was
Everyone
just so
was saying,
full.
look at the moon, but it wasn't worth.
Look how unremarkable the moon is.
No,
Wow.
didn't do it.
You're going to hear about that one.
Yeah, no
Big
doubt.
time.
I hope
Big time
so.
note.
Hope so.
You didn't get any shots of the Strawberry Moon, perhaps, did you?
If the footage is beautiful, I think you forgot to send the strawberry moon.
Pretty sure
footage.
I can find one online.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
right
gonna be
there.
a bunch of people in the background talking about the moon
Yeah, I can.
at eye level.
I can Photoshop it in there. No problem.
Look at that moon.
Anyway, you guys want to get into
it is.
Look how full it is. It's so full. Okay, before I begin the story, I want to remind everyone out there, it is officially Fat Boy Summer. The store has our new merch in it. Check these out. We got the tricolor Fat Boy Summer shirt.
that
Love
a
that
lot.
one.
We got we got this design, which is called the Palms. There's a koozie version of it. We got you, ladies. If you want to get a shirt too, it's Fat Boy Summer and Fat Girl Summer, of course. We also got
Well, it's
Chick
Fat
Summer.
Boy Summer.
Fat Chick Summer.
Big girl.
Everybody's invited.
That's right.
Everybody's
We
invited.
love you, big girls.
We love you,
Yeah.
big girls.
Yeah.
Just want to say we love the big girls too.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you put Mark's audio clip of the ending of that show on that
Yeah.
particular
On playback,
shirt
it
in the
didn't sound
store?
great. Yeah.
Yeah. We also got the new logo.
Hey.
We got some stickers. This is a new product that they came out with, magnets for your car. So if you don't want to put a full sticker on your car, you can just slap a magnet on there. It looks pretty
Magnetize
sweet.
us on that.
Yeah. We got the front. This is the back logo shirt. It comes with a little thing on the front. Anyway, go check it out. Store.hardfactor.com. Support the show. We really appreciate it. Spread the word. Yeah. and that's it. Now,
Also,
speaking,
wait, remember to download the show for at least a minute on the audio thing, Spotify and podcasts. You can, even if you watch it wherever else, just play it for a minute every show. Back catalog too. Love you. Thank you.
Also, real quick merch idea that we've never workshopped. Just do it real quick. People were asking for a helicopter, milk, appreciate, and then what's Pat's word? They want that on a shirt.
What do you say wrong, Pat?
Not much. I'll be
Nothing,
honest.
right?
You got to have one, right? You got to have one word.
Some have said I'm a great orator.
Orator. What about mayoral?
what's
That's how
I
you
say? I say appreciate
Lincoln.
wrong.
Oriole.
Appreciate.
Oh, I thought it was tournament.
I think it's archipelago.
Yeah, whatever. I
Anyway,
think I say appreciate.
that
dead
one has
on.
legs.
Yeah,
You
I
know
think it was
helicopter
Italian.
and milk
Last
for
name
me and
was
Mark, for sure.
archipelago or something.
I like helicopter.
Italian guy.
Okay. Now, speaking of Fat Boy Summer kicking off, not everyone is as comfortable in their big, beautiful bodies as we would like them to be. And summer can be a stressful time of the year if you're self-conscious about that wonderfully voluptuous body of yours, which you shouldn't be. Because let's face it, while we welcome you into society with open arms, not everyone is so accepting, and that creates anxiety and sadness for many of our fat brethren and sisterin, especially at places where you are meant to show off some extra skin, like the motherfucking beach, right? You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to there, yeah.
You're supposed to. I mean, you're supposed to be comfortable in your own skin, but the world is changing. Even in this time of Monjaro and semaglutide, which you can get by going to what's the code?
Yeah.
It's semi-glutide. You can put that on a shirt too.
Semaglutide. Yeah.
That's like the
Semaglutide.
overall one.
Lasara.com/hard factor.
Wow.
Get it
Yeah.
get it there.
Semaglutide. Yeah.
Yeah. But the world is changing, right? This is plus size model. Where is she? Where is she?
Show me the big girl.
Yeah,
Miss
I'm gonna show you
Alaska?
the big girl. There she is. She's plus size model, activist, and artist Jordan Underwood. Okay.
She's got under something.
There she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there she is. You can tell she's very fat.
Model.
She's very fat, and based on the tattoos and hair, I guess she's artsy too. But she is doing great things as an activist.
A lot of
also.
real estate. A lot of tattoo real estate.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, surprised she doesn't have more covered up. But as you said, Pat, it's a lot of space.
Insulting. I'm sorry. Insulting. Like that plus size models. There's some really, really beautiful plus size models out there. This gal.
Yeah, but those girls like get the deals. Like they're actually working. Like, what's her brand that she represents?
Well, she'll beat you up if you don't give her the job.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
the brand.
Wow.
Right. I mean, she's representing her activist causes, which is good for her.
She's got a full scene on her thigh right there. It's like
Yeah, what is that?
She looks like one of us.
Yeah. Not fat shaming, but calling yourself a model. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we could add that on these days. Like
Well, technically, if
anybody
she
who
get-
just
yes.
puts pictures online, you could just say.
Technically,
I'm
I
a
have
model.
modeled professionally, but I mean,
Exactly,
like that's a
Pat,
whole
you have.
other story.
If you get paid to model, you're a model. We are paid comedians, right? So we're comedians. So that's how it
I'm
works.
sure she gets paid for something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she is changing the world, and she's doing great things as an activist, and is starting what she calls Fat Beach Days across.
Snacktivist.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay, but we're with her though. Snacktivists need to collaborate though, because we're snacktivists too with Fat Boy Summer. So
That's right. Yeah.
I think we're gonna get to know her a little better.
Yeah, she's organizing these things called Fat Beach Days. Okay, these are official days where fat people who might not want to be around all these in shape, hot, skinny, other people can go to the beach and feel good about
So
themselves.
how are we going to collab with her
wait.
after destroying her for 2 minutes? We'll have to cut out starting now for the social clip.
So Wes,
She
you're
gets
telling me that
Yeah.
skinny people aren't allowed at the beach on these days?
Hey, we're trying to do a hard factor Fat Boy Summer with you fat idiot.
It's just a specific day where fat people bring their fat bodies to the beach and lay there and take up the whole beach.
Okay,
and
perfect.
show off their bodies in
So
a
it's
more
not that skinny people aren't allowed. It's just
No.
they will be crowded out by the sheer mass of the.
bigger
it's just
towels,
that
bigger
crowd.
umbrellas, Will.
It's just like Pride. Straight people are not unwelcome to Pride events, but it's for the LGBT
Sure.
community. Right. Okay.
Right.
Now,
You might get a little shocked when they pass by oil can Harry's. What's going
yeah,
on?
you might be like, what's with all these
display.
fucking fat people out here today? Now, as Jordan puts it, quote, we're going through something culturally that is impacting us every day on an individual level and a systemic level. We're really trying to open up a space for people to be themselves. Again, she claims that these new these new diet drugs are creating a fat phobic culture with so many people
Really?
being on them. That's what she says.
I mean, that's been around.
Yeah, but
that's been around
explain
for a
this.
while.
It has been.
How is it a fat phobic culture when like more than ever they're doing these storylines where like overweight women are getting with like the hottest dude on the show or in the movie? Like that's it's a constant thing in Hollywood now.
Yeah.
Is
Are
that
you
fat
talking
phobic?
about,
I would
are you talking
say-
about Baby Reindeer? Because
I think we're
that was-
fatter than ever.
Baby breed. I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, how
we
could you be fat phobic when you're fatter than ever? Right.
Yeah, but he
Well,
didn't
I
want
would
that. He
say
didn't want that. He didn't want that horse.
I don't think it's society that's creating fat phobia. I think it's the airline companies with the smaller seats in our hearts that are creating fat.
That's
phobia
true.
culture.
The airline companies are mostly to blame for fat phobia.
Yeah.
I mean, also, what this lady's talking about is happening every single day at Asbury Park Beach in New Jersey. I'm just saying. Like,
You're saying it's already fat beach
that was
day.
my
Yeah.
beach for the last 3 years, and like it was a thing. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So this first
That's
fat
just a
beach.
Tuesday, broad.
It's
All right.
just welcome to Asbury Park. You know, Bruce Springsteen's from here. You want to get a cheesesteak?
So this first fat beach day, I guess I don't know if it's the first one, but this most recent one was this weekend, Saturday at Jacob Rees Beach, and of course it included tons of food, drinks, and vats of free sunscreen provided by a company called Vacation. So that you can, because some of these bodies have not seen the light of day in ages, and they're
None of these people went swimming. They couldn't wait 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
place to have a buffet
what a
would be-
sucker! What a sucker you are in being a sunscreen company that sponsors this event. You know what I mean? Like,
gonna go out
you're
of
missing
business.
out a lot. Yeah.
Pat, it's
Yeah.
so awesome because as we pointed out with the real estate of tattoos, you got to go through a lot of sunscreen on these bodies. So like,
That's
they're
true.
You're talking half a tube
Yeah.
per person, probably.
This is
Per lather.
you don't want to sponsor skinny people. You want to sponsor fatties that go with tubes.
As long as they don't get all free tubes, because
Yeah.
then you're just bankrupt.
Sounds like they did. Will.
But the
lot of
article
sunscreen.
points out that fat phobia is real because New York passed legislation. I guess last year, Mayor Eric Adams signed a bill banning weight discrimination in hiring and housing. So it's
Good. Finally.
Housing.
yeah, and housing.
Housing.
Can't live on the third floor.
I don't know how to say this, but there's some structural issues with the building that I'd really rather not get into a position that I have to address. Okay,
Elevators
So for
have
that
been-
reason,
Elevators have
You're
been
out.
discriminating me for years with that stupid weight thing on it. You know?
But
I don't want no fatties in this building because of the structural issues.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
story here, Wes?
It's old.
Well, the story is that it's catching on, and that there are new events popping up. And Pat,
Yeah.
July 13th in Chicago, you need to go to this. It's a Fat Friends pool party. Look it up. Also in Los Angeles, they're having a Bellies Out Beach Day in Los Angeles. So the story is that these type of events specifically for fat people to enjoy the summer is catching on, and it's all started by this girl Jordan, who started the first Fat Beach Day in New York at Jacob Rees Beach, which is also a very rocky beach because you need a good foundation if you're going to have a fat beach day, because walking in the sand when you're obese is tough.
Yeah, it's time. Look,
Yeah.
if you're a guy like a dad bod that's looking to score down on his luck, this is the event to go, right? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Say just bag a bunch of fatties.
that's what I'm saying. Will
That's an AI picture of a fat dude, right?
fish it.
I think so. This isn't though. These two ladies are about to enjoy the beach. They might not
Good for
ever
them.
They might not get out, but
Good for
they,
them.
yeah. Anyway,
Lifeguards hate
Fat
lifeguards
people
this
love-
week.
Fat Beach
Every
Day.
human loves the beach. You know, they got to get out there once in a while.
Get some merch and go to one of these fat people outside events.
Yeah, Fat
should
Boy
go
Summer
to it.
shirt is going to be the coolest fucking thing at these events.
Go anywhere on the Jersey Shore.
Fat people go outside day.
But the tricolor West, the one that's on your camera today, I'm ordering that. That's an amazing shirt.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. Boom. Okay, there you go.
They're not having any fat beach days in Reno, are they? Lake Tahoe?
Listen, it's going to catch on, so be on the lookout. Social media, it'll maybe we'll organize one here at Barton Springs in Austin. And
what's with all the fatties?
Yeah,
it's Fat Beach Day, you idiot. You.
That would be rare in Austin, though. Honestly, that's one city.
Are you kidding?
They're mostly fit there. Or has it changed?
No, it's always, dude. There's chunky folks everywhere. I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about.
No, for sure, but like Barton Springs is mostly fit people.
Yeah, because it's nudity beach, Barton Springs. So like they have like the fattest cities in America. They could always come up with a top 10 list, and like Texas has like 4 of the top 10. Houston, Dallas, San Antonio always like 1, 2, 3, but Austin's like always in the top 10 fittest. So it's
there you go.
Yeah.
McAllen, Texas is the fattest right now.
Yeah, Texas
in the country.
Yeah. McAllen, Jackson, Mississippi, Shreveport, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama. That's on the beach. Little Rock, Arkansas, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Is McAllen, Texas down there in the valley, the Rio Grande Valley?
It's on the border, yeah.
Wow. Well, that is the perfect segue because this next segment is called Once a Horse Fucker, Always a Horse Fucker. And it's going to take us down to the Rio Grande Valley. This segment is going to talk about horse fuckers. But first, shout out to Don Keyballs Jr., who is in the oven right now. We got an email from Cammie late last week who told us, hello there. I wanted to see if you boys would be able to give a shout out to my sister, Alex, who is due to bring the newest member of the Hardo Hive into this world this December. You guys may know her in the chat as Dawn Keyballs, LOL. Mm-hmm. She's a huge fan and watches a lot of the broadcast live, but always catches it the next day if she misses it, I believe. She's anywho, yes, we can. And thank you. Congratulations to Dawn Keyballs and Dawn Keyballs Jr.
Hell yeah. It's Miss Keyballs.
Yes.
We've been saying Mr. Keyballs.
Yeah, no, totally thought. I mean, hilarious. I mean, the memes are so savage. Thought that Donkey Balls was a dude, but now we know it's a chick.
She's hilarious. Yeah.
Congrats, Alex, on your
congrats.
your humor and your baby, your impending baby.
Cook it good.
Yeah. All right. Also, something we really missed on Friday that I didn't know would become such a big thing over the weekend, but had to bring it up. The Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah.
You guys,
they find her yet?
I don't know if she's done like a sit down yet, but there's some
TikToker who was who kind of looks like her, who very smartly cashed in on it and was like, "I'm the Hawk Tuah girl,"
but she wasn't.
It wasn't her. No.
So if you didn't see it, she says you got to spit on it. Hawk Tuah,
and spit on that thing.
Yeah,
and it's about getting a guy excited. Anyways, it's a short clip. Yeah.
She's as big as Tiffany Gomez. She's Tiffany Gomez level internet fame right now.
Tiffany Gomez is so yesterday, Pat, by the way. Hawk Tuah and the Oilers girl, the flashing Oilers boobs woman, those are the two phenomena that are gripping the young male demographic in America now. Goodbye,
she got a Playboy contract. Good on Playboy. Yeah. Capitalized.
Yeah, but Spit and Chicklets found her and did an interview with her. Hawk Tuah, I think, is still missing.
Hawk Tuah, we got to find Hawk Tuah. I'm hearing.
Some dude.
You breaking up, Mark?
Dudes.
We can't hear a single thing you're saying, Mark. It's like
jiggle them chords.
He just said her name. Damn it. Okay, we'll have to move on now.
Hawk Tuah. Well, Mark's got the details, and we will find out more. What's also gripping one Texas man this month is his desire to have sexual intercourse with horses, and I'm talking about Cirilo Castillo. 54 years old. There's his mugshot. You guys have any remarks
There's
about
a man I've ever seen who got caught banging horses. That is it.
Yeah, it's him. Cirilo Castillo, 54.
Why is it looks like Wes trying to shoot the moon. Why is his head so low on the thing?
They don't have the best.
Could be very small. He's potentially he's potentially very small. His mugshot, he's bottom aligned on his mugshot. Completely bottom aligned.
Yeah. Mark, swap into your mic, and yes, he probably was short. More on that later in the story because, Pat, there's something to support your thought. Also down in Edinburgh, Texas, in the Rio Grande Valley, they probably don't have the best photographer there at jail, right? So they don't know about headspace. It's just they're getting
Look at that
picture. Moving on.
That's 90% white space.
Yeah, they don't know.
And he was standing on a
composition.
stool, I hear.
Yeah, down there. So he was arrested. That's Cirilo Castillo in Edinburgh, Texas recently. Is being held in Hidalgo County Jail on his 4th count of trespassing somewhere to bang a horse. This time, the horse owner told the cops she was going outside to feed her horses at 6:15 a.m. recently when, quote, she saw Castillo standing on a chair, Pat, having sex with her white mare. So he is probably a shorter man, and that was in her stables where he had to scoot a chair up to have sex with the white mare.
I think we'd all need a chair.
Sure, but especially Cirilo, especially him. You saw the headspace in the mugshot. To make matters worse, this isn't the first time the owner says she caught Cirilo banging her horses at odd hours during the day, but it's gone too far.
Normal hours.
Right. Well, he tries to operate in the darkness, but he gets too horny. It encroaches on feeding time. It's gone too far now.
As soon as the sun hits his face, he's got to fucking bang a horse.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the urge.
I mean, to be fair,
chair.
This guy also has the face of a guy who's worked around horses. I mean, he's in the horse trade. There's no way about it. No two ways about it, right? Like he's got an outdoor job. He's worked with his hands.
You're right, Pat.
Yes,
the horses are comfortable around him until they're not.
Yeah.
He had a horse job probably, but it's gone too far now, and this horse owner has turned him into the cops again for his fourth lifetime count of banging horses. He's been terrorizing the Rio Grande Valley horses for a long time now, getting caught in 2013 on video doing this to horses down there. In 2015, he got injured by the horses, and that's how he got caught. He got kicked and left in the stables. In 2022, he got caught leaving his fucking benches, but his actual fucking benches out in the stables that he had to use. We actually covered that one back in 2022 when he got caught that time. And then now in 2024, he got caught just going to town on, multiple times on this woman's stable.
So what do you do with a guy like this? Are there programs? Does he get like a certificate saying he's graduated horse fucking like remission class?
Well, I'm not sure, but
yeah.
No, he's never going to graduate.
He's got 5 certificates.
It's not possible to rehabilitate this man from his desire to sleep with horses, which is why this segment is called Once a Horse Fucker, Always a Horse Fucker.
Couldn't he just get his own horse? I mean, like save up.
He can't. No, he can't afford a horse.
You need to feed it. You
not
need
with
to
all those crimes for fucking.
If you live in the right area, you can get a free horse. People if
he
you
would
live
fuck
in the right
that horse
area-
to death within a year.
Big legal bill.
Well, so he's doing the right thing, which is fucking the horse. Unlike Mr. Hands, the horse that fucked a guy and died from it. There was a death back in 2005.
Well, wouldn't the guy have to be complicit in that? It's not like
he
the
was.
horse.
They were filming.
That's how I wanted to go. Will
Bestiality porn.
Seems like he's
and
Cirilo probably
I can
watched
handle
that one
this
a few times. Yeah.
Kenneth D. Pinion, a guy who worked for Boeing, took it in the butt and got deaded by Mr. Hands.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, we need to talk to the CEO about that one. Finally, real quick, more horse stuff. Over to Europe, where horse-looking Prince William went to a T-Swift concert for his 42nd birthday. A grown man, father of multiple kids, went to a Taylor Swift concert for his 42nd birthday. But it turns out he did it for the kids. They were there with him dancing. Good dad. Hope they had fun. Also, over in Finland, they had the 2024 Hobbyhorse Championships. Check it out. Okay, as you can see, it's a sport where insane but relatively in shape Finnish people prance around an obstacle course on an imaginary horse signified
horse.
by the broomstick with the plush horse head on it. And it's somehow growing in popularity.
Yeah, there's far too many people there.
Yeah, Wes, over 2,000 fans, but over 21 different countries now competing in hobby horse championships. Slovakia very into it. No clue who won. Could be a participation trophy style championship, something like that. But at least they're not fucking horses, which is a relief.
Another good event though to pick up chicks. Fat Beach Day, Horse Hobby Day.
Hobby horse. Whoever got dragged to that.
Yeah.
Whoever got dragged to that, they want to look for the one other normal person in the room that they would definitely have sex with that day.
Yeah.
Out of boredom.
You here to make fun of these kids too?
Yeah.
Let's get a beer after this.
Let's get drunk and hit on these broads.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all the horse news I got, guys.
That's awesome. Again, though, back to the horse fucker. What do you do with them? What do you do with this little?
You can't. In fact, they've said it. I mean, the people who the people, the lawyers who put him away in the past, even I think like the law enforcement, there was quotes from his previous cases about how he will never be rehabilitated.
There's quotes
He's been terrorizing.
There's nothing you can do with him.
Look
Does he
how,
have a-
look
does he have
how
a type?
annoyed he looks at his photo, dude.
The
He
white
looks
mare,
so
apparently.
fucking annoyed.
Are they
Of course he
all
has a
white
type.
mares?
Of course he has a type, Wes.
Right, but are they all white mares? You just can't resist a white mare.
I'm sure
don't
it's
know.
something.
It was one of the horses was named was India. I got that information, but I don't know exactly. All mares though, so he's
I'm real India.
Need a
Yeah.
vagina, yeah.
In a minute, I'm
Yeah,
going to
he
be
was.
actually India.
Yeah.
Yeah, Castillo. I mean, he was in it for the love of the game. I mean, he would get beat up by these horses. They'd kick him almost to death, and he'd still keep trying to fuck him. So
Playing hard to get, are you?
Part of the fun, yeah.
Okay, all right.
You're a bad girl.
Speaking of horse fuckers, Boeing's on an all-time bad run. They're starting to make Peloton treadmills look like a viable option for babysitting, comparably. Another one, seriously, from Boeing. This time they just happened to strand 2 astronauts silly enough to get on a Boeing spaceship. And they stranded them, and guess where? Space.
this is Mark. Correct me if I'm wrong. The same one that got the launch scrubbed a couple times because like there was problems, and they're like, oh, I don't know, we're not sure if we're ready to go, and then they finally just went.
Yeah, no. Well, this is the Starliner. I believe
Yeah.
they do a pre-unmanned mission that blew up too, or like maybe I'm talking on my
Maybe
behind
during
and-
testing. I don't know that, but I know recently the launch for the Starliner got scrubbed a couple of times.
It's
at
been
least
delayed
once.
several times. Will
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so they were never really sure it was going to work.
yeah, the Starliner is what it is the name of the spaceship or the whole process, and it's Boeing's first ever manned space mission. The Starliner is, and I guess they're 0 for 1, fellas.
Now, don't get me stranded. I just got one request, okay? Don't get me stranded up there.
Yeah. Hey, don't
Okay.
freak out, guys. Don't freak out up there.
You keep talking about how it's going to be successful for us to get there. I haven't heard much about getting back. Is that going to
Yeah,
be?
I don't
is
see
that
anything in
gonna
the
be
manual
okay?
about the back mission.
Yeah, I must have missed the back mission meeting.
Bad news, guys. Remember how you were saying you wanted to study science up at the ISS?
Yeah.
Good news.
Remember how we told your
You're gonna live
families
there
you'd
for a
come
year.
back one day?
Yeah.
Right.
What happened to these fools?
So the 2-person crew of Flight Commander Butch Wilmore and pilot Suni Williams are currently stranded, docked to the International Space Station where they were only supposed to stay 9 days. And that's because of, quote, unknown technical issues with the Starliner spacecraft itself. So what is known...
Is leaking helium is what I'd say.
Oh, there's been 5 helium leaks, and then they also lost 4 thrusters when they were docking. What is known is they can't, but they don't know like why it happened, and they still have to fix it.
This
They don't-
fucking thing is just cracking apart at the
it's got
seams.
helium cracks. It's got thruster faults. What is known is they can't get on the mission back and return home, and are currently on a clock of 45 days before they are fucked. They're like the new Thai kids in a cave.
How soon till they start banging? Put them back up.
I would
stress.
I would have started the second we got
Maybe
stranded.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stress.
this is
So we're on
terrible
an
news.
equal level.
Terrible news for their spouses.
Yeah.
Because they have their
Yeah.
fucking. And
That's tough. Well, there's
Yeah.
nothing else to do. You're waiting. So 45 days, Mark. Are they going to now send a SpaceX shuttle or a Russian shuttle to save the Boeing people?
Well, we're not there yet. Well, at least not publicly, but I'm sure there's been some meetings about it.
Yeah. No, they're thinking about it.
Yeah.
They're thinking about it already for sure.
Yeah.
put them back up, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't want to hate on anyone here. But
Yeah, you do.
is this a joke where they put like a borderline skinny person up with like a chunky ass astronaut? Like that guy's too fat to be in space.
He passed
right?
his test, Pat.
Did he
No,
pass
he's-
his test? He's
that
too
fat.
fat to be in space,
He's
dude.
not that
He's not
fat.
that
Are you
fat.
kidding
He's
me?
short. He's stocky. He's
Yeah.
Now you know
All
what
right.
the
husky.
thruster
He's
issues are
husky.
happening.
Okay, she's gonna eat him so soon.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the Starliner. Was delayed a bunch of times, and I think it blew up unmanned, but I'm not sure. I guess part of the issue is the Calypso capsule on the ship has been experiencing helium leaks and thruster issues since it launched into space on June 5th. And what I'm sure was a scary incident when attempting to dock to the ISS, 4 of the 28 thrusters just completely went down. And the
So
docking
the
was
fat dude's a good pilot, though, because
the docking was
or
delayed.
is-
They had to keep
or
orbiting.
is the Indian chick the pilot? Which one's
the
flying?
main flight commander is the dude.
Okay, so yeah,
the
talk
click
about-
commander.
Yeah, because I mean, he got in with 4 broken thrusters on this piece of shit spaceship. He's
Yeah.
like,
She's
I mean,
the
he
pilot
gets-
though, so she's pilot Suni Williams. So she might have been the one docking.
I mean, they're skillful. These guys, I mean, they went up in a death trap. They went up in a Boeing.
They survived the Boeing. They're definitely skillful.
How much you want to
The
bet
only
this
people
guy's
of all
big
time-
body hit something it shouldn't have, and that's why they're in this mess.
Well, potentially. But a Boeing
tight
ship is too
quarters.
sensitive. It's too sensitive for a big man like that. And also, what if this
That'd
is
be perfect.
Boeing's only trip to space ever, because their first test,
First one.
first manned mission, right? They've failed this, obviously. So these two could be the only two to ever survive a Boeing spaceship.
Well, NASA's still on Boeing's side because they gave them a $4 billion contract in 2014. This is part of a decades-long project between Boeing and NASA. After Boeing won that $4 billion contract, and the goal, or one of the goals, is to show that Boeing can easily shuttle astronauts back and forth between the ISS
Failed.
and Earth. And I gotta
Failed.
say, it's off to a bad start.
That is a
SpaceX,
no.
yeah. SpaceX also won part of that contract back in 2014 to work with NASA, and they launched their first successful manned mission back in 2020 and have done 9 subsequent successful missions.
What have they done?
So
Like 100 people back and forth to the
it's better
ISS
than
now?
Boeing.
By
They
a
just
long
land on
shot.
platforms in the ocean perfectly every time.
Yeah, SpaceX got a $3 billion contract, about $1 billion.
less money, really.
1.4 billion less than Boeing, and NASA has lots of billions to spend after all, so they can toss these around. Boeing has gone also $1.5 billion over cost already with their one failed.
Oh, and then NASA's
mission.
ponying that up, so they've actually spent $5.5 billion on it. So
Really running up the tab.
What the fuck were they supposed to do up there? What would be considered a successful
they
mission?
were supposed to prove that Boeing could make a fucking spaceship, and they
That's
couldn't.
it.
Yeah.
Wes, they were supposed to dock without helium and thruster issues, spend 9 days there, and come back on June 14th.
Yes, Wes.
So
that was the whole
That's
thing.
the whole
was to-
mission.
they were
was to
supposed to
prove
go
Boeing
up
could
there,
make a spaceship to go to the ISS. Yes.
docks, take some photos, spend 9 days banging, and then come back. They're 10 days overdue because they're
But they
supposed
got
to
some
come
good
back on
shots of
June
the moon.
14th. And Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore are supposed to come back on June 14th, so they've been up there an extra 10 days already. It was rescheduled for them to come back on June 26th when they started to have the original issues, and now it's indefinitely suspended on their return. But NASA still has confidence in the Starliner, saying,
Starliner is performing well in orbit while docked to the space station. We are strategically using the extra time to clear a path for subcritical station activities while completing.
it goes on and on. They're just
Right.
spinning their wheels. They even
fucked.
they've even spun it and said, this is a good thing because now we're going to do 2 spacewalks with these 2 idiots that are stranded up there.
Yeah, Butch Wilmore's doing a spacewalk my ass.
Oh yeah, he might shift the orbit of that
Space
station.
float.
Yeah, it's the first
You get him
time
hanging on
he's-
the bar too
First
long.
time
Yeah.
he's weighed under 200 pounds in 20 years.
And Pat, he's stress eating up there. He's pounding the
Oh,
MREs.
He's
like-
stress eating. That's for sure.
Yeah, like-
If he stays up long enough, he might come back skinny.
He's
But,
eating all the frozen ice cream.
oh yeah.
All the dehydrated
Any more
shit.
astronaut ice cream?
He's also eating Sunni, as we mentioned, eating around. So yeah, I guess NASA's trying to spin it and say, like, look, we didn't waste $5.5 billion on Boeing. We're going to do 2 spacewalks, and as we don't know when, if ever, they're going to return and how they're going to return, they think they're going to return, and if they don't in 45 days, they're going to run out of supplies. So
Well, let's get a
Fingers
fucking
crossed.
Russian up there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, they're not going to get the Russian shuttle. They'll send a SpaceX shuttle, and Boeing is going to be it's just going to be pathetic. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it. Hope it happens. If they actually let them fly that death trap back to Earth, imagine getting back in it after knowing it's fucked up. And then you got to think you're going to drop back into the fucking Earth's atmosphere in that thing that's already cracking at the seams. It's just crazy.
all right, Butch, we've got the go ahead to come home. Could you strap in and stop bumping into stuff?
Don't tell him it was my butt. Don't tell him it was my butt. Shooting, I swear to God.
He farted in 0 gravity, like
A little less clumsy this time, Butch. Let's bring it back to Earth.
But we hope they get home safe. And for sure,
Yes.
those 2 are going to need help from our sponsor of today's show, Betterhelp, after this ordeal, without a doubt. Because, look, that's what the show's sponsored by, Betterhelp. We all carry around different stressors, big and small. Big for those 2. When we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us negatively, obviously. You don't want to bottle that stuff up. But therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. Whether or not you have like huge stressful things, catastrophic events that happen in your life, of course, therapy can help you talk through those, but you don't need to have had those things in order for therapy to help you. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, and empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma, etc. I know a lot of you guys on the show use BetterHelp. I don't use it yet personally, or therapy yet personally, but if 10 of you guys, listeners, sign up this month, I'll join BetterHelp as well, and we'll all get better. So how about that? If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charges. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/hardfactor today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hard.
Please, for the love of God, sign up.
Get this man his therapy.
I need some therapy.
I better help all the time, every Tuesday. All right, guys, let's go to Florida, where some lucky idiot found 65 pounds, or about a quarter of Flight Commander Butch Wilmore's body mass, a.k.a. $1 million worth of cocaine floating in the Florida Keys. If you're doing the math, Mark, that's 260 pounds, roughly.
I thought it would be more expensive.
That's what Butch weighs. Look, it was 21 kilos. So a kilo is 1,000 grams. So 21,000.
Oh, that's like if you're buying wholesale value. I bet they move that on the streets though for like 5-10 million.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
How much is a kilo of cocaine? $26,000, something like that.
Who's buying kilos?
I don't know,
Get it down to an 8-ball and do the math.
Okay, so it's 21,000 grams. Okay, and an 8-ball is 3.5 grams, right?
Yeah. How many 8-balls?
You know
so
it
it's
is.
6,000 8-balls times $120 for an 8-ball.
287 8-balls to a kilo. So how many kilos did you say?
21.
Okay, hang on. I'm doing the math here.
Do the math.
287 times 21. Okay, and what is it? $80 for an 8-ball? What are we talking about?
$120 for an 8-ball.
Okay, times 120 equals that's. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe $1 million.
About $1 million worth of cocaine.
Okay.
So there you have it, cocaine, Mark.
Math checked and everything. So that's it.
So these kilos were just floating about 7 miles off Isla Morada, which is in the Keys, I guess. And some dummy is just cruising around in his private vessel and sees these things floating, but they don't look like normal kilos of cocaine. There's something a little bit different about them. And the U.S. Border Patrol was pretty confident that the cocaine was earmarked for the U.S. party boys and girls of America because all the packages had a majestic bald eagle in mid-flight on them. Take a look at these things. Tell me that this cocaine is not going to the United States of America.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Beautiful.
Look at that. Yeah.
Beautiful.
This actually, the Border Patrol is very thankful that the Mariner called this in because they found other batches like this that had different images on them, and it's kind of interesting to see like where other ones are going. Like they found a similar batch a month earlier with an ostrich with its head in the sand, and that was earmarked for France. It's just crazy. And then they found one with Trump and Putin on it, and that was going to Russia. So it's like, like the Mexican cartels, they put it on there wherever it's going.
Yeah, it makes sense. Crazy. It's a great labeling system. It's logical, funny too, can be funny, and then also it gets the job done. The U.S. Border Patrol, acting Chief Patrol Agent Samuel Briggs II, said on X that he appreciates the support from the dead Samaritans who turned in the drugs. I'm sorry, good Samaritans. Good Samaritans who turned in the drugs. You keep in one, though, right? You just keep in 1 kilo. Well, I mean, how do you know? Because, I guess maybe just to live out your final days before they hunt you down. Yeah.
Well,
You're
Pat,
7 miles off the coast of an island.
Pat, I'd like to ask you this. Who sends shipments of odd-numbered kilos of cocaine? 21 kilos? I think they took one.
You think they took one? I would agree.
I don't think you send 21 kilos.
Yeah, Mark's right. From all the
25 kilos,
catch
maybe?
a smuggler, they always do even numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
One could have floated. I don't know, guys. Who knows? Let's move on. Have you guys ever heard? Did you ever hear of Jetflix? Did you ever hear of this?
No.
Okay. So Jetflix was an illegal streaming service run by these 5 dudes out of Las Vegas. They started this thing as early as 2007. Okay, and essentially it was a private server that you'd have to pay for, and you could stream illegal copies of all this content, right? That they'd put on their servers.
Like LimeWire.
Like LimeWire, but more like a Plex server, I guess, that they were charging for, right? So like maybe you paid $10 a month for the Jetflix access, and this server apparently had a catalog larger than Netflix, Hulu, Vudu, and Prime all combined. And these guys,
subscription
since 2007, what year is it? 2024, made millions of dollars on tens of thousands of subscribers. But they're both, or all five of them, are facing up to 48 years in prison because they were
The
convicted.
movie studios finally got around to getting that case.
How did it take them that long, man?
Yeah. Well, they have unlimited money. It just took. Courts are backed up. It takes a while to get anything legal done.
The FBI was probably like, I don't want to have 8 subscriptions. I just want.
Well, I just got my Jetflix subscription.
Yeah.
Right. All of the investigators.
I like it just fine.
Yeah.
Right. All the investigators started using Jetflix when they started working on it. So that slowed it down too. Right.
Yeah. They just got through the content.
Yeah.
All right. Now we got to bust these fuckers.
Yeah.
Porn
so
too.
If you're a Jetflix user, you might want to not log into Jetflix anymore.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and delete your account, right? And then hope that you don't get sued as well, or
You'll be
some
fine.
type of.
Is it user? So it's all user uploaded content. So anything.
No, that was the difference. It was these guys. That's how they were charging. So they would go and scour, and these guys, that was 5 buddies. They probably had a little business just ripping content all the time, putting it on Jetflix.
But if you're one of the main users who's loading a bunch of shit, you might want to.
I don't know that it was user generated. It was
all generated by.
Was it good
Jetflix.
HD content? Because I've heard back in the day from a friend there was a similar thing to Jetflix, and sometimes you get these movies that were still in theaters, and they'd be like upside down or like in Chinese.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's always the case with bootleg content, but later on, you always get it. You always get it sweet and HD. Yeah, it was $10 a month for Jetflix. Anyway,
That's a deal.
Great deal.
that's it. That's the show. Get out there and have a great fucking day.
See you later.